I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. That was Call Me a Fool by Valerie June featuring Carla Thomas. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ, and I attend a night school every other day after my radio shift. It's a small little school you probably haven't heard of. It's pretty underground. We spend our class time researching different recipes and techniques to create the perfect pancake. Yeah, it's a pancake school, so what? We're the best in the biz. You can judge after you've had one of the best flat jacks you've ever had in your life. I'm gonna get rich off these things. Well, most of us are some of the best. A few in the school are slow to pick up on things. Phil is one of those. He's a family man, as in he has a few families, and he's kind to all of them. Really good dad, that Phil is. But the poor guy can't cook for squat. His batter is always too runny. He keeps the stove way too cool for pancakes. He doesn't even use a griddle. Phil is always pulling out pans and cooking them way too quick, and the pancakes are always thin. He insists they're not even pancakes, and instead are called craps. Whatever they are, it's causing him to fail. This is pancake school. Let's get real, please. Get serious, Phil. Up next, The End of the Line by Mo, and after that, Leave Virginia Alone by Tom Petty. You just heard Therefore I Am by Billie Eilish. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And I went to a beach. It was a hidden beach, tucked away neatly in a forested cove. To the left there were trees as far as I could see, and to the right a boulder protruded from the sand. I was wading out, staring at the sky, when from the boulder I heard a voice. A woman sat at the precipice of the rock. She was wearing a one-piece bathing suit that perfectly complemented her red, wavy hair. I glanced in her direction, not wanting to seem like a creep, and she waved. I waved back, as is polite, and I swam over. We got to talking, and she told me her name was Alexandria. Like the ancient city? I asked. Like that, but not that, no, she responded. We must have spoken for hours before I noticed her disability? Condition. I don't know what how she would refer to it as. Nevertheless, she was stuck to the stone. Or she was the stone? I didn't ask for specifics. I felt it was rude. I was dumbfounded, though, and she could tell. It's impolite to stare at a woman, you know, she scolded at me. It's actually impolite to stare at anyone, bigot, I responded, as I backflipped into the water. I really hope that looked cool, because I'm going to go back soon, and I want her number. Up next, Wild Wild Life by Talking Heads, and after that, Monsters by All Time Low featuring Black Bear. That was Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And there are two beings, celestial, titanic, eternal, that exist in a state of constant disagreement. They argue through the ages, causing destruction and chaos. They are the aggressive forces of the universe, and their struggle had no beginning, and it will have no end. And as they sling words like stones, the trajectory is often off. The menace doesn't hit the other, and so it whips off into space, bound to hit some miserable planet, causing unknown damage. Unknown damage for others. We know of the damage it has brought us. 1912, 1936, 1968, and the most recent wave. The wave of hate that has spread through our towns, states, countries, hit around 2014. It's upsetting to see, but that's the point. It convinces us that all is wrong, that being better is worse, and that fighting each other is the answer to our issues. It is not. I'll come forth now and take a stance. Communication, clear and concise, is more beneficial to the human race as a whole. working together to fight the degradation of our planet, of our cultures, of our people. Who in their right minds would want to remove anything from existence? Unless, of course, that thing is wanting to remove things from existence. Up next, Fire for You by Cannons, and after that, Standing Outside Broken by Primitive Radio Gods. That was Own Alone by Bahamas. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And are you thirsty? Is your mouth parched? You haven't had any water in what feels like hours. That isn't healthy, you know. You need water to survive. Are you thirsty? You've been walking for days. You must be longing for liquid. Through this forest, you've been wandering, looking for the next thing, not knowing what it is. You'll know it when you see it. You know that. You'll know anything as soon as it shows itself to you. Do you know you're thirsty? I know that I am thirsty. And now, I am quenched. It seems you do not have water with you, on your person. Where is your water bottle? Did you leave it at home again? What is the point of a water bottle if you do not have it with you? I know you know that. I shouldn't scold you. You're far too thirsty for my reprimanding to make it through to you anyhow. Tell me, when was the last time you had a sip of cool, clear, refreshing water? When was the last time that liquid of life dribbled down your chin as you drank and drank and drank? It's been a while since you've been home, and you left your sink on. Up next, Cleopatra by the Lumineers, and after that, Allison Live by Elvis Costello. That was Superposition by Young the Giant. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. So, apparently, I have teeth? This is new news to me, and it is scary. I've been going through my life thinking that I was just one of the special ones, one of the few who is not cursed with teeth, that plague of bones. I thought that perhaps I did not have to live my life in fear of what the protrusions from my mouth could do to me. Mother always told me that these things in my mouth were hardened gum. I don't know. I never saw it. I never looked into it. Why would I? If I'm terrified of it, why would I ever want to consider the possibility? Whenever I thought about it, I would just forget. I would push it out of my brain. I would cast it aside and never look back. Until I thought about it again. But today I had proof. Today I gazed at my reflection in the mirror, and I stood witness. I had a cavity. A big gaping hole in the lower center of my face. My maxillary right second molar was rotted to the core and stank of death. It must have started from the nerve, because I never felt an itch or a twinge, and I only woke up this morning to half a tooth. It crumbled in my sleep. I'm still finding bits of enamel in my gums. Sorry, my teeth. Gums do not get cavities. Up next, Charming Mess by the Black Crows, and after that, Salisbury Hill by Peter Gabriel. But before I let you go, it's just about midnight, my dear listener. That means I have to go, and it's Thursday, but don't worry, I'll be back next week. I always am. Today was pretty good. Tomorrow will be even better.